So in this session you are going to study some of the programs related to the microcontroller. So let me start with the Boolean and the logical instructions. So in the Boolean and the logical instruction, the first program is two 8-bit numbers num1 and num2. They are stored in the external memory locations 8000H and 8001H respectively. Write an ALP to compare the two numbers. Reflect your result as if num1 is less than num2. Set LSB of the data RAM 2FH. The bit address is 78H. If num1 is greater than num2, set MSB of the data RAM 2FH. The bit address is 7FH. If num1 is equal to num2, set LSB and MSB of the bit addressable data RAM 2FH. So this is a program. So you should consider the two numbers. So those two numbers, they are labeled as num1 along with the num2, and they are stored at a memory location, external RAM memory location of 8000H and 8001H. And you need to compare those two numbers which are taken at the 8000H and 8001H. After doing the comparison operation, so if the num1 is less than num2, so you should set the LSB. If num1 is greater than num2, you should set the MSB. If num1 is exactly equal to num2, you should set LSB along with the MSB. So in this program, you are going to make use of the byte address 2FH. So in the byte address, you are going to access the bit address. LSB of this address is 78. MSB of the bit address is 7FH. So you are going to access the byte address 2FH. In the bit address, you are going to make use of the 78H along with the 7FH. So in the first case, the first three lines are common in all the program. You initially need to start with the ORG statement. Then you should make use of the SJMP 30H, then ORG 30H. So after that, you are going to move an immediate data 8000H to a DPTR. So why it is an 8000H? Because in the program itself, he had mentioned that you should take the two numbers num1 and num2 at the external RAM memory location of 8000 along with the 8001H. So you are going to move this 8000H to the DPTR. Since this 8000 is the external RAM memory location, so whenever you are going to make use of the external RAM memory location, so you should move that data to a DPTR. So this address, it is of the 16 bit that you are going to move to a DPTR register. DPTR stands for the data pointer register. So then after moving this 8000H to a DPTR, so you should take the data which is available at this address. So it is MOVX at of DPTR. At a memory location of the 8000H, whatever the data is available, that data you are going to copy to the register A. Why it is MOVX instruction? Because you are going to access the external RAM memory. So whenever you are going to access the external RAM memory, so you should make use of the MOVX instruction. Then copy the data in the register R0. Temporarily store the data in the register R0. So next, increment DPTR. So the DPTR is pointing to the 8001H. So next, MOVX act of DPTR to the register A. In the 8001H location, so whatever the data is available, that you are copying to the register A. So after that, CLR-C, you are going to clear the carry flag content because you are going to make use of the subtraction instruction. So whenever you are going to make use of the subtraction instruction, so you should clear this carry flag. So in case of subtraction, the carry flag itself will act as a borrow flag. So next is SUBB A, R0. So in the register A, we have the data which is available at the memory location of the 8000. In the register A, we have the data which is available at a memory location of 8001H. In the register R0, so we have the data which is available at a memory location of 8000H. You are going to subtract the data which is available at the 8001H with the data which is available at the 8000H. After doing the subtraction operation, you are going to make use of the jump on 0 equal. So this jump on 0 equal indicates that so whether this accumulator content is 0 or not. So you are going to carry out the A minus R0 operation. After doing the subtraction operation, whether the result is 0 or not. So when the result is 0 means the data what you have taken at the 8000 along with the 8001H, if both are same, then the accumulator content will be 0. So you're going to make use of the jump on 0 instruction. So jump on 0 means the accumulator content should be 0. So if the accumulator content in 0 means you are going to jump to a label called as a equal. That means if both the numbers what you have taken at the 8000 along with the 8001H, if they are equal means, so what you should do, so you should set the LSP bit along with the MSP bit of the byte address to FH. The LSP bit address is 78H, MSP bit address is 7FH. So you are going to set bit this 78H, set bit 7FH. 78H represents it is the LSP bit of the byte address 2FH memory location. 7FH represents it is the bit address of this 2FH memory location. So you need to set the MSP bit along with the LSP bit whenever the data what you have taken at the 8000 along with the 8001H memory location, if both are equal. After that you are going to stop your program. Short jump to a label stop, then you are going to end the program. This is when the data what you have taken at the 8000 along with the 8001H, if both are equal. If this condition is satisfied, then only it will jump to a label equal. Otherwise, it will execute the next instruction. Next instruction is jump on carry to a label big. Jump on carry to a label means if the carry flag is set to 1, then you should jump to a label big. So when the carry flag will be set to 1, if the data what you have taken in the register A, if it is less compared to the data which is available at the register R0, if this condition is satisfied, it will jump to a label big. In that case, so what you are going to set? You are going to set the MSB of the 2FH memory location. MSB bit address is 7FH. So you should set the 7FH by using a set bit instruction. Then you are going to stop the program. So this is if the carry flag is set to 1. If the carry flag is not set to 1 means if this condition is not satisfied, which bit you are going to set? You are going to set the LSP bit. So LSP bit address is 78H. Set bit 78H. So then you are going to short jump to a label called a stop. Then you are going to stop the program. So in this program we have taken the data AB along with the FI. AB is taken at the 8000H memory location. FI is taken at the 8001H memory location. You are going to make the comparison of these two datas. So if num1 is less than num2, the AB value it is less compared to the FI value. So in that case, what you are going to do? You are going to set the LSP bit. So the result after executing this program is it is 0, 1. So next, if the second case is if num1 is greater than num2, that means in the 8000H memory location, if you have taken the data as FI, in the 8001, if you have taken the data as AB. So once you execute the program, here the data which is taken at the 8000 that is greater compared to the 8001H memory location. So in that case, you should set the MSP bit. So setting the MSP bit is nothing but it is 80H. So next, if num1 is exactly equal to num2, in that case 8000H along with the 8001H memory location, if you have taken the data as equal, in this example I have taken the data as AB. If both are equal, you should set the MSP bit along with the MSP bit at a byte address memory location of 2FH location. So it is 81H. So we'll start the second program. The second program is 3 8-bit numbers X, num1 and num2 are stored in the internal data RAM locations 20H, 21H, 22H respectively. Write an assembly language program to compute the following. If X is equal to 0, then LSP of the num1 and with the LSP of num2. If X is equal to 1, then MSP of the num1 or with the MSP of num2. If X is equal to 2, then complement the MSP of num1. store the bit result in the MSB of 23H, 24H and 25H respectively. So we'll start the program. The program is, you should take the three numbers x, num1 and num2, and they are stored at the internal RAM location 20H, 21H, 22H respectively. So after that you should check whether the x value is equal to 0 or whether it is equal to 1 or whether it is equal to 2. So based on that you should carry out either the logical AND operation, logical OR operation or the complement operation. After that you should store your result in the MSB of the 23H, 24H, 25H respectively. The program is this. So now we start with the program. The first three lines are common. So next you should move an direct address 20H to a register R0. That means, so in this address 20H, so whatever the data is available, that data you are going to copy to the register R0. So in the 20H, what you are taking? In the 20H, we are going to take, or we are going to store the X value. That you are going to copy to the register R0. So after that, you are going to check whether this R0 content, whether it is not equal to 0 or not. If it is not equal to 0 means, if this condition is satisfied, you are going to jump to a label CK1. Otherwise, you will execute with the next instruction. That means the data what you taken, if it is equal to 0 means, if this condition is not satisfied means, it will jump here. So then, so on that indicates that the data what you have taken in the register R0, it is equal to 0. If that is the case means, you need to carry out the AND operation of the LSB of the num1 with the LSB of the num2. So here the LSB of the num1 address is, it is 08H, and the LSB of the num2 address is 10H. So whenever x is equal to 0, you should carry out the ANDing of the LSB of the num1 with the LSB of num2. LSB of the num1 address is 08, LSB of the num2 address is 10. So you are going to take this 08, that you are copying to the carry flag. So in that address, whatever the value is there, that data you are going to copy to the carry flag. Then you need to do the logical AND operation. You are going to carry out the logical AND operation of the carry flag content with the content of the bit which is available at an address of 10H. So in this 08H, so whatever the data is available, so that bit data you are going to copy to the carry flag. So that bit you are going to do the logical AND with the bit which is available at the bit address of 10. So after doing the logical AND operation, the result, it is available in the carry flag. So that result you are going to move to an address of 1FH memory location. So this 1FH, this is the MSB bit address of the memory location with the byte address of 23H. So in the 23H, you need to store your result. So if that is the case means, you should set the MSB of this 23H memory location. The bit address of this MSB is 1FH memory location. So in the carry flag, we have the logical AND result. That result you are going to move to a memory location with the bit address of 1FH memory location. After that, you are going to terminate your program by using a SJMP here. Here, if this condition is satisfied, the data what you have taken in the register R0, if it is not equal to 0 means, it will jump here. Otherwise, it will continue the execution. If suppose if it is not equal to 0 means, if this condition is satisfied, after that you are going to check whether the data what you have taken in the register R0, whether it is not equal to 1 or not. If it is not equal to 1 means, it will jump to a label CK2. Otherwise, it will continue executing the program. If it is not equal to 1 means, this condition is not satisfied, which indicates that the data what you have taken in the register R0 is equal to 1. If that is the case means, so you should carry out the logical OR of the MSB of the num1 with the MSB of num2. So you should take the bit which is available at an address of 0fh memory location, that you are going to copy to the carry flag. Then you are going to do the logical OR of this carry flag content with the content which is available at the bit address of 17H. So this 17H, it is the MSB of the byte address 22H. 1FH, it is the MSB of the byte address 23H. So you need to carry out the logical OR operation with the MSB bit which is available at an address of 22H along with the 23H. After doing that logical OR operation, the result is available in the C. That result you are going to move to a 27H memory location. This 27H, it is a bit address of the memory location 24H. Then you are going to terminate the program by jumping to a label SJMP here. If this condition is satisfied, it will jump to a label CK2, otherwise it will continue executing the program. Here again you are going to compare whether the data what you have taken in the register R0, if it is not equal to 2 means, you are going to terminate the program. Otherwise the data what you have taken in the register R0 is equal to 2. If that is a case, means if x is equal to 2 means what you should do, you should complement the MSB of the num1. So you are going to copy the bit which is available at the bit address of 0fh memory location. In the 0fh memory location, whatever the bit is available, that you are going to copy to the carry flag, complement that bit by using the CPL C instruction. After doing the complement operation, you are going to store your result in the 2fh memory location. This 2fh memory location, it is a bit address, MSB bit address of the with the byte address of 20fh memory location. Then you are going to terminate the program. So in this example, we have taken the two datas, 67 along with the CB. In the first case, at a hex, that is at the 20H memory location, we have taken the value x is equal to 0. So whenever x is equal to 0, what you are going to do? You are going to do the LSB of this num1 with the LSB of num2. You are going to do the logical AND of the LSB of the num1 with the LSB of the num2. Logical AND operation. After doing the logical AND operation, the result you are going to store at the 23H memory location. So if you are going to do the logical AND operation, you are going to say, store the result at the, that means you are going to set the MSB bit, and this MSB bit address will be of the 1FH memory location. In the first case, you are going to consider the x is equal to 0. The num1 what you have taken is 67 along with the CB. So whenever x is equal to 0 means you are going to do the logical AND of the LSB of the num1 with the LSB of the num2. One logical ANDed with the 1 will be 1 itself, that is available in a carry flag. So this carry flag content you are going to move to a memory location with an address of 23H. So in that byte address, you are going to set the MSB bit. So if you are setting the MSB bit, that equivalent in terms of the hexadecimal will be 80H, and this bit address will be 1FH memory location. The second case is if x is equal to 1 means you are going to consider the same datas. So whenever x is equal to 1 means you are going to do the logical OR operation of the MSB of the num1 with the MSB of the num2. So 0 logically OR with 1, the result will be equal to 1 itself. That 1 is available in the carry flag, that you are going to move to a, so that you are going to move to a memory location with a byte address of 24H. So in that you are going to set the MSB bit, and this MSB bit address will be 27H memory location. The third case is if x is equal to 2, you are going to complement this MSB bit this MSB bit is 0. After doing the complementation, it will be equal to 1. That 1 is available in the carry flag that you are going to store with the byte address of 25H memory location, and that bit address will be 2FH memory location. So next we'll start with the fifth experiment using the conditional call and return. So in the program you should make use of the call instruction along with the return instruction. Call and return instruction means you're going to write the subroutine program. For this I'm going to consider an example. Assume that simple switch is connected to the port pin P0.0 and LED is connected to the P2.0. Write an assembly language program to switch on or off LED with respect to the switch status. So in this program the switch will act as an input, LED will act as an output. The switch, it is connected to the port pin P0.0. LED is connected to the port pin P2.0. So here the switch will act as an input, LED will act as an output. So whenever this P0.0, so whenever this P0.0, if it is equal to 1 means the switch will be in the open status. The switch will be in the open status, and hence the LED will be turned on by making this P2.0 will be equal to 0. So whenever this P0.0 is equal to 0 means the switch will be in the closed status. Then you are going to turn off this LED by making the P2.0 is equal to 1. So we'll start with the program. The first three lines are common. So here initially I am going to set this P0.0. Initially I am making the P0.0 is equal to 1. So whenever this is equal to 1 means, so you should turn on the LED by making the P2.0 is equal to 0. You are going to set the P0.0 by using the set bit instruction. After this, so you are going to check whether this bit equal to 0 or not. Jump on bit P0.0. So if this bit is set to 1 means, so you should jump to a label on. So whenever the P0.0, if it is equal to means, you should jump to a label on. So after this you need to clear the P2.0. So whenever the P0.0 is equal to 1 means, you should clear the P2.0. So after that you are going to call a delay, a call delay. After that you should give some delay. For that you are going to call a subroutine program by using absolute call delay. So this is a delay program. In the delay program, so you are going to consider only one register that will generate the delay in terms of the microseconds. So you have taken the immediate data FF to the register R1. You go on decrementing that value. It will remain in this loop until the value in the register R1 becomes 0. So once it becomes 0, you are going to return to the main program. Then you are going to repeat this process, SJMP to a label again. So here, so when this P0.0, if it is equal to 1 means you are going to jump to a label on. Otherwise, what you are going to do? So you are going to set this. You are going to set which bit? You are going to set the P2.0 bit. So after setting that, again you are going to call the subroutine program. After executing the subroutine program, you are going to return to the main program, SJMP again. So this process you are going to repeat it. So in this program, so you are going to see the output in the port 0 along with the port 2. The port 0, it will act as an input port, and port 2 it will act as an output port. For this port 0 you are going to connect the switch. For this port 2 you are going to connect the LED. So whenever the P0.0, so whenever the P0.0 if it is equal to 1 means, P0.0 if it is equal to 1 means, the P2.0 it should be equal to 0. So whenever P0.0 is equal to 0 means P2.0 it should be equal to 1. So here, in order to see the result, you should go to a debug session. In the debug session, go to the peripherals, go to the IO ports. In the IO port, select the port 0 along with the port 2. Then you should run the program. So whenever this P0.0, if it is tick mark means if this is equal to 1, then P2 dot 0 will be equal to 0. If this is equal to 0 means this will be equal to 1.